What's going on, everybody? This is my new to me 2003 Chevy Silverado with the 5.3. That was a lot of rhyming. Just got some rust on her. Side of the beds are rusty like typical cab corners. Interior, pretty clean. Need to replace door handle. Plastics always break on those, but $235,000 just to skosh over. Pretty good shape. Got some nice seat covers on her. Motor runs nice and smooth, nothing shaking or anything like that on it. I'm getting ready to do knock sensors, oil pressure sensor, and then obviously you need to do intake manifold gaskets when you're in that process. So for the knock sensors, I did go with genuine GM. So hopefully those don't give me any problems. Oil pressure sensor, I ended up going with standard. Hopefully it lasts, but probably not. And then I've got the wiring harness for the knock sensors and then intake manifold gaskets. So that's what I'll be doing on this today. Don't mind my mess. My garage is filthy. Get this hood popped and show you guys the engine bay quick. Here's the engine bay. A little dusty. She does have a few oil leaks on her. I suspect one of them is going to be the side of the oil filter housing. I know those are known to leak. Hopefully not a rear main or something like that, but if it is, we'll get it taken care of. So I will get the tripod set up best I can, and we'll just do a time lapse of something of me going through and getting this stuff changed out. And then hopefully tomorrow my pitman arm will show up, and I've got a new lower driver side control arm. I'm going to end up doing both, but funds got tight, so I got one for now. Probably wait to put that on until I get the other one, since I'm going to be fighting torsion bars anyway. I'll just make a day of it. Alright, see you soon. Alright guys, if the heater decides to kick on, I'm just going to probably get rid of the audio in the video and throw some music in or something, but start off with getting the battery out here. The light's probably going to die. Of course the socket wouldn't fit, why would it? Disconnected, so everything electrical happening. Yes. No, does it? Look at it. Yes. Cool. Set that off inside. Now we get the air intake tube off. So click here. Just go here. A bit more here. Probably. Oh, wait. No, this is not. It's not. Come on. Come on. So we do stuff. So let's go. Focus. Bring the break it up. Exit. Follow lines. Come back. Come on. Show you what I'm doing here. This plug here on the throttle body, this clip needs to be pried out to get it off, and then you just push down and pull out. Okay, so now I'm going to work on getting the rest of this stuff off the intake manifold. I know these clips are a little weird. I think these pull up. Yeah, and then you can get access to the clip. So I'll work on getting all this off, and we'll get the intake off. We'll see how dirty it is in there. Enough on the tripod. Basically, so far I've disconnected alternator. Oh, I gotta finish doing the fuel injectors as well. Oh, I dropped a clip in by the intake on that one. Where's the other one at? So on these, you just gotta pull this dude up and then push your clip in and it should pop up. Is that as far in as it goes? So anyway, I'll finish disconnecting the injectors. I got them done on this side. Got that top cover off and give me access to that plug there. Get these lines off. Probably snap a few photos so I don't forget where things go. I already got that line off. These little clips are just a matter of, while it's on there, push this over and see how it pushes that side out, and then you should be able to work your clip off. We'll get our fuel line off. Take that Schrader valve cap off and hit that with a flathead screwdriver. Make sure there's no pressure in the rail. And then we can start, I believe, working on the bolts around the intake. I think there's 10 of them. We might have a line on here on the throttle body that needs disconnected. Definitely got one here. Getting close. Alright. So there you can see we got fuel lines disconnected. Got this hose from, you know what, I'm not sure what that is. That goes to the back of the intake manifold. Plug back there on the back of the intake manifold undone. All the injectors. That's a Schrader valve where I bled off the fuel pressure earlier. This hose here goes to the back of the throttle body right here. This hose goes here. This plug here. Throttle body is not bolted up, but it's on there because this hose right here ain't giving me enough room, so I'm hoping I can kind of work this up and back and off, and we'll see. But it should be loose, so we'll see if we can get it off. Yeah. Alright, there is the intake off. A little dirty. We'll get it cleaned up. I'm going to get some towels stuffed in the intake runners. Then we can get these knock sensors done. And I need to try to find a razor blade so I can clean these seats off. Yeah. Let's go check out the intake. Injectors don't look too bad. Clean some of that off. Get the new gasket on there and new knock sensors in. We should be good. Alright guys, got the valley cleaned out best I can. Just had to pack towels in there. I thought I had an old vacuum in here, but I must have got rid of it. So packed some towels in there, scooped everything out the best I can with like a little piece of cardboard. And then I blew everything out and I tried to clean up back here by the oil pressure sensor. I need to change that as well while I'm back here. So now I'm going to go ahead and try to get it to where you guys can see what I'm doing. We're going to go ahead and start popping out these knock sensor covers here. See if I can do it one-handed. I don't want all that shit going in there though. Oh fuck. That fucking connector just straight up broke. Damn it, I'm gonna need a vacuum. Maybe I can blow that out. Alright, I'll get you guys up on the tripod and see if I can't figure this out. Guys, new knock sensors are in. This is the back one. This one was totally corroded. So I think I'm going to put not only dielectric grease on the plug, but I'm going to put some around it where the rubber goes in at too to maybe help seal it up. Kind of looks like this one. I don't know if someone was in here and changed and just did this one and left the other one. I don't know why you'd get this deep and only do one, regardless of whether it's reading bad or not, but yeah. So I'm going to get those torqued down to 15 foot-pounds, get some dielectric grease on them, get the new harness on, and then I will do the oil pressure sensor switch. Alright guys, I got the old oil pressure sensor out. Pretty sure it was leaking. The new one came with a filter, but it didn't seem to go in any way that would allow me to thread the new one in. and there wasn't one in there because I'm assuming someone took it out previously, and I see a bunch of people taking them out, so I'm going to leave mine out. I didn't want to. I'm just going to state that for the record. Alright, so now I'm going to torque the new oil pressure sensor on. If I remember correctly, that was 22 foot-pounds. Alright guys, got the new NOx sensors wiring harness in. New oil pressure sensor back there. I did discover the PCV valve is totally plugged. So I got a buddy that was making a run today. It's going to be grabbing me a new one. So we'll get that changed. That probably wasn't helping as far as pushing oil. Get the heads cleaned up. Get the intake manifold cleaned up. Get my new gaskets on there. And we'll get her going. Alright, got the intake manifold all cleaned up. Got new gaskets on there. Felpro gasket did come with this as well. I'm not entirely certain what that's for off the bat, but I'm sure I'll figure it out soon enough. So, I'm going to go ahead and get the head cleaned up, and we'll start getting intake manifold back in. Alright, got the head wiped down. This is as good as I'm going to get it, or as good as I'm willing to go with it right now. Get the intake slap back on. I had to wait for this old school little fella, inch-pounds torque wrench. So we'll get the intake sat down and we will start our torquing sequence. intake's all bolted down, and my flashlight just died, so still got to attach the throttle body yet, get all the hoses, electrical connections plugged in, fuel injector, stuff like that. And we'll be ready to clear the codes and see if everything works. I'm going to be doing the injectors now, and I'll try to show you kind of how these little clips work. Alright, so you'll get it started in there like that, and then what they do is they clip over this plastic, and then they just push down, and they make it to where the clip to actually pull the injector doesn't get pushed and pop out. So I'm going to get that done. It's definitely not something I can do one-handed. Tell me if you see anything I missed, but I think I've pretty well got everything back and plugged in, routed where it needs to be. After some trial and error, but everything's got dielectric grease on it. New knock sensors, new oil pressure sensor, new intake manifold gaskets, intake manifolds torqued down, blah blah blah, good to go. Let's see if she'll fire. Check engine light's gone, which is good. Check oil pressure. Oil pressure is good, idling at about 35-40. So we'll see what she does when we're driving her. I think they're supposed to sit about 55-50. That way I'll at least know if that O-ring in the oil can is bad or not. But for now, which sounds pretty good. Alright guys, appreciate you watching the video. There'll definitely be a lot more to come on this truck. I've got a whole bunch of stuff I'm going to be doing to it. I should have a pitman arm arriving tomorrow that needs done. But if you liked the video, appreciate a thumbs up, thumbs down if you didn't, and make sure you hit that subscribe button, and until the next one, I'll catch you guys later.